cannot believe it. That's Clone Force 99.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the Dad Bash Podcast, episode 139. My name is Stevie Kicks, and I am one of your three hosts today. And with us, as always, the other Dad Batchers, your space daddies. First up, specialty costume manufacturer, painter, and galactic arms dealer. It's John Rodriguez. How are you, buddy?
Heyo.
Hey,
All right. How you doing?
Good, man. And finally, the left coast's the internet's left coast Avenger or Cyclops. It's Luke Yates.
What up, boys? What's good?
Chilling. It's a light show today, guys. Not much going on in the news world for pop culture. And we have half the crew is out. So Joe is on assignment, Brian is on assignment, and Raimi is also on assignment this evening. So it's just us, guys. It's gonna be intimate tonight.
Nice.
This is like Paranoid +1.
Yeah, really, that's what it is.
That's
Dude,
right.
I have to congratulate you guys. That was such a good podcast listen. Like I jumped in at the very beginning when you guys were recording it, and like the few, I don't know, 3-4 minutes that I was listening, I was like, oh, this is too good. I don't want to listen to it right now.
Saving it for the right drive.
Yeah, I shut it off.
It's something you can just put on while you're doing background stuff. You know, you don't have to like super pay attention because it's all like we repeat a lot of the things we say.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's very casual too, you know.
Yeah.
It's very conversational.
Yeah.
So I guess we should let our listeners know who aren't in the know what we're referring to.
Yes.
Is one of the newest podcasts on the Dad Batch Podcast Network.
It's
the network
podcast. It's the hottest new podcast in Norway, from what I hear. It's that's what I heard. I don't know. Like 2 or 3 people, I think, at least. So it's pretty big.
The network expands.
Yeah, that is pretty crazy. When we started Dad Batch, I don't know, what is it, 3-4 years ago?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't expect us to ever have like a quote unquote network with multiple shows, and now look at us. We got Off the Rack Rebellion and your amazing new show, Paranoid.
Dude, thank you, man. Thank you. Jeez, you're way too kind.
In fact, I'm just gonna the title of this episode is gonna be special guest, the Paranoid.
I'm not mad at that. We'll have to have you on as a special guest. You'll have to come with some sort of paranormal specialty.
Yeah,
we're looking
absolutely.
for experts in the field,
or a story that you might like.
Yeah,
that you might be into. We could chat about,
or a personal dude. We haven't even touched the surface of like personal tales of paranoia stuff. Like I know I've got a couple. I know John's got a couple, but like Steven, if you've seen like a chupacabra or Bigfoot out in the mix, like dude,
in the
Philippines,
in the Philippines, it's called the aswang.
Aswang,
and it's basically it's like think of like a vampiric chupacabra that comes to your window at night, and it only, I mean, it can like attack anybody, but it primarily goes for pregnant women. And
oh my god!
And it uses like a long tongue to steal their babies out of the womb.
No, dude.
What? Yep.
Yeah, dude.
Gnarly.
You're going to be on the next episode.
Crazy.
My mom told me all about the aswang when I was like 8 years old.
Now, was that used as a "you better behave" or the aswang will come and steal you away in the night? Or
sure.
I don't know, because my dad used to tell me stories. Like, this is up until I was like a grown man.
Yeah.
My dad's like, I hit one with the car.
Oh my god, dude!
You're like, bro.
I'm like, Dad, what are you talking about? Are you sure you weren't just drunk with your buddies and like you like accidentally hit somebody? He's like, nope.
Like, we checked.
I mean, I guess at that point, it's better that he actually hit like a demon or something rather than a person while he's out.
Better. Yeah. Getting less.
Yeah, he's ridding the earth of evils while partying with his bros. That's pretty sick.
So let me ask you guys for the show Paranoid. On the cover art, one of you is a ghost. I'm assuming it's the two of you because there's a ghost and an alien, right?
Yeah.
So is that what you guys talk about, or just ghosts and aliens?
No, it's not limited to that. I wouldn't say. Yeah. I mean, the very first topic was time travel. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Which both ghosts and aliens are apt to do, I suppose. But
sure. Yeah. I think it's just anything that's like paranormal or cryptic or a cool spooky story or a myth or a legend of something. It's not something we're like super into, but it's something that is always fun to talk about.
Yeah,
fun to dive into a little bit, and just thought it'd be fun to do those type of topics. So it's not
late
nothing
at night with your buddies, feeling kind of funny and just talking about wild stuff.
You can turn the light off a little bit and get spooky, and
I do like Brian's suggestion of bringing down the lights just a little bit next time. I think I'm gonna play into the spooktacular feelings for next time.
The ambiance.
So tune in see what we come up with there.
We'll figure it out.
But okay, so when you mentioned that you're recording next week, is this a weekly show?
Personally, I feel like if the juices are flowing, might as well get them out. I don't mind doing it monthly or bi-monthly, but if we can squeeze it in weekly, then why not? Or if one of us is busy that week, fine, do it. The next.
So
week
there is no set release schedule. It's just whenever something comes up.
Whenever we can. Yeah, because this is like a side of a side quest. It's not a main focus.
And I think we're both pretty, if you can tell by the graphic, we're both pretty go with the flow dudes that are down to work on each other's time. So, when it works for both of us, as far as like trying to do it weekly, I think we're both definitely interested in doing it that way. And there's enough topics out there that I know we're seriously never going to run short. I mean, dude, you just told us about one, Steven, that I've never heard of in my life. And that's like the best example.
An entire episode.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy is
that's exactly what the show is and needs to be.
That's what it's about.
Yeah.
When we get offline, I'm gonna show you guys my is it here?
You can show us more.
And I showed it on the I might have showed it on the pod maybe like a year ago or something. I got the it's the prop replica Tobin's Spirit Guide from Ghostbusters.
Oh yeah, I remember that. The big book, right?
Right.
Yeah.
But the guys that made the book, they surveyed like the RPF community over like two years. And so everything in that book is like real. I mean, not real, but like
sure.
I guess spirits or whatever, quote unquote spirits from the real world.
Like if there was like record of like a real exorcism, they put it in that book, kind of, right?
Exactly.
Like that kind of stuff. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh man, you guys.
That is crazy.
You might need a copy of that book.
Oh, dude, totally. We need that one, and we need the one from Beetlejuice too. The recent book of the recently deceased or whatever.
Yeah. That's cool, guys. I like it. Very cool. Very cool. I'm gonna get. It's like a special treat when when that album art cover is gonna pop up on the podcast app.
Yeah. We're gonna keep you guessing.
Cool. Right on, guys. You guys do anything else this week? This last week?
I spent the weekend in Palm Springs at Henry, our buddy Henry Ford's.
Oh, nice.
Little sweet palace.
Oh yeah.
Everything. Yeah. He has a little
Star
Airbnb
Wars
out there.
Palm Springs outpost, right?
Yeah. It's called Twin Suns Palm Springs.
Nice.
It's cool. It's like a really neat, like restored 70s era house with like a pool and a jacuzzi and a grill, and so it's like you don't need to go anywhere. You just go to the Albertsons 2 blocks away and then stock up, and you're good for the weekend. It was fun.
That's dope.
I was looking at our Airbnb for San Diego Comic-Con.
Yeah, that's right.
We're literally around the corner from like the gas station, Quickie Mart kind of thing.
Awesome.
Yes. Yes.
We'll need, yeah.
Late night essentials.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Nice, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. God, I haven't been on the pod for like 3. I think I missed like 3 episodes. I've been traveling a bit for work. I was in Palm Springs too. That was a couple weeks ago for work. And then was in California last week again, but it was in Costa Mesa. Also work related. And then this week, man. Oh, I did some light modeling this week. I did some light modeling.
Gundam.
Some photography modeling. I got it. I got it in me still. I got some friends that have a skincare company called Hell on Earth, and it's like an older, like, demographic is kind of for like dudes that don't want to put lotion on their face, just because it comes from like a bottle that comes from the grocery store aisle, and it seems like it's a chore, but they're trying to make it cool. They're trying to be like the Liquid Death of like skincare and like sunscreen and stuff for dudes. They're like in the action sports side, so they've got like athletes involved and stuff. But they needed like an extra face to take some photos of, to put like some sunscreen and stuff on. And I think the demo they needed was like the aging snowboarder whose like face is just falling off of his skull at this point from sun damage. Yeah, we need like a sun damaged face. So they scooped me up.
A guy.
Yeah. So that was kind of crazy. That was like a full day like thing. It was kind of wild. So
they had their production meeting and they were like, you know what we need? We need a before picture.
Totally. This is what he once
looked.
Yeah, this is what he once looked like when he kind of still had like a non-damaged face, and then this is his like after he's just chosen to give up on putting any sort of moisture on his face. It was crazy. Just we need a guy that looks like a leather baseball mitt. Who do we call?
Oh my god,
they got me. So now the Dad Batch is eligible for the Slashy Awards. We've got an actor and a model in the midst, so now we can.
We're both published, I guess, right? Or will
be paid actors and models.
Paid and published. Yep.
Yeah, a bunch of cool faces on this podcast, I guess.
Raimi too. He was a model.
That's right. Yeah.
Actor.
Yeah.
There's a few.
Raimi was a model.
Bro.
Yeah.
That explains everything.
He was a foot model.
Oh,
was he really? That was the model. Oh.
I mean, you never know. Maybe he was. I don't know. We haven't
got to ask him more about that career.
We haven't dived that deep into the conversation yet, but hey,
we'll save that for the San Diego house for sure.
Look at people in the chat like, what? Wait. I'm just kidding, guys. I'm just kidding.
The chat is on
new
fire
daddy
right
lore.
now.
They're like new daddy lore. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Moving on.
So funny.
I went and
how about you? Yeah,
I saw Sinners. The wife and I escaped.
Oh, nice.
We escaped for like an afternoon, and we stole a couple hours, and we saw Sinners. I will tell you what, guys. I know I said I was going to wait for it on streaming.
Yeah,
I'm so glad that I saw it in the theater.
Was it good?
And if there's anyone that can still watch it in the theaters, if it's still playing in a theater by you, highly recommend. It is one of those movies that you need to watch in the theater. It's probably my favorite movie of the year so far.
No way.
Ryan Coogler cooked.
Man.
And you know that
I keep hearing.
Who was the studio that did that film? Was it Warner Brothers? Well, I think it is Warner Brothers. I'm sorry, it is Warner Brothers because they made a huge deal with Coogler. So Warner Brothers, they asked Coogler like, "Hey, what do you think about doing a part 2, like a sequel?" And he was like, "Nope, that's it. That's the story. There's no more to it. In my book, that's it. I'm done." And they're like, "Oh, okay, cool." He's gone. They're like, "Okay, we're gonna do a sequel." So Warner Brothers is already planning a sequel with another director.
Wow.
Which might not succeed as well as this one did because Coogler's not involved. But
because if Coogler's not involved, then I would presume that Michael B. Jordan wouldn't be involved.
You know.
Yeah, you'd think so.
And I don't know what happens in the story to that character. I don't know if he survives or lives or whatever or not. But there's a thing that that Warner Brothers, the deal that they signed with him about the 25 year. So I think in 25 years from the date that they signed the contract, he gets his rights back from the movie. So he will have full ownership of the film, which is something they don't do ever. Usually they retain their licensing, they retain everything. So this is like the first time this kind of deal went down. That it kind of shook Hollywood. I don't know if did you guys hear about this at all?
I didn't hear about that.
No. Yeah, the Warner Brothers deal
crazy.
with Coogler,
yeah.
Well, that guy's a genius for striking that deal, because this movie, I will tell you, it is the and then hold on, and then the music was done by Ludwig.
No way.
And there's a musical sequence in the middle of the movie. I don't want to give it away because it's
a big part.
It's part of the story. But there's a musical sequence in the middle of the movie that is just.
Do they dance like in Joker?
Dude, I'm telling you guys, this movie is just. I'm speechless. Like I'm just thinking about the movie right now, and I wish it could win every award: best movie, best directing, best actor, best actress,
Does it have
best
a
music.
Shot, or is this just you wishful thinking?
Just wishful thinking on my part. I don't know if it's even nominated for anything or if it's going to be, but it's such a fresh movie. Do you guys remember? I mean, the three of us are probably a little young to remember when Dusk Till Dawn came out.
I love that film. I love it.
Yeah.
From Dusk Till Dawn.
But just imagine how polarizing that movie must have been to like Hollywood pop culture. Right?
I heard this was compared to that a lot.
Interesting.
It's the modern day
version.
It's the modern day African American version.
No way.
From Dusk Till Dawn.
Interesting.
That's very cool.
That makes me want to see it.
Yeah.
There's just so many. There's choices in the movie that Ryan Coogler clearly made that are that Ryan Coogler made that are so clearly like his directing style, and I was just stunned leaving the theater.
Wow.
And everything that I'm telling you guys right now, I'm like hyping it up. I'm not even doing it justice.
Sure.
I'm telling you guys, this is my number one favorite movie of the year.
This WB, so it'll be on Max probably for streaming eventually. Right?
Yeah, we've been trying to see it, my wife and I, and just keep missing like the opportunity to like take time and actually go watch it, which sometimes with kids is hard to do, but I'm glad you guys found time to do it.
I know they filmed a big portion of the movie in IMAX, so if you can watch it in IMAX, it's worth it.
No way. Okay.
Oh my god, it is just so good. I can't praise it enough. And you know what? We need to do maybe a review or a breakdown of this movie after it comes out and we've all had time to watch it.
Sure.
I want to talk to you guys about it. It's so good.
So, did you guys ever read that comic that was out? It was maybe like 10 years ago. It was by like Raphael Albuquerque and like Scott Snyder, I think. Both those guys have worked on Batman most recently with like DC stuff. They did a series, and it might still be a current series, I'm not even too sure, called American Vampire. Is it similar? And I don't know if you know the series or not, but it's kind of set like 1920s or 30s, and it's kind of a vampire story. But
okay,
is Sinners kind of set in that time frame, and it's like an American vampire kind of story, or what? Yeah, what is like kind of the basic tagline for Sinners? Like
Sinners is in the South. It's like
it's like
okay.
It's in the South. It's like post Jim Crow.
Okay.
I forgot the year it actually takes place in.
It's like early 1900s, probably
it's
like
maybe 30s.
Okay.
30s. But oh my god,
man, cool.
Yeah,
very cool.
Okay, well, I mean, since we're talking about movies, let's go over the box office top 5 here. So number one at the box office this weekend for the second row in a week was Lilo and Stitch at a weekend gross of 62 million. That brings its total gross to 300 million. Let's see. For the second week in a row, number two is Mission Impossible Final Reckoning. They brought in 27 million for a total gross of 132. In its first weekend out, Karate Kid hit number 3 with a weekend of 20 million domestic, total gross 25 million. I'm sorry, international total gross 25 million. In fourth place, Final Destination Bloodlines for its third week in a row with a weekend gross of 11 million, total gross 116 million. And rounding out the top 5 is Bring Her Back, weekend gross 7 million. This is its first week out.
Brutal.
Bring Her Back. It's like a
horror film, right?
It's a horror film. It's like a brother and sister. I think they have like a new foster mother, but the foster mother is like he's into like
scary
demonic stuff or whatever. But
oh, brother, sounds peachy.
Skip all those movies I just talked about. Go watch Sinners.
Yeah, hell yeah!
I'm gonna watch that. Bring Her Back.
Has anybody watched Lilo and Stitch? Since you guys both have kids, were they ever into Lilo and Stitch at all?
John, is Amy out of school now?
Almost. This is the last week.
Okay.
Amy likes the original Lilo and Stitch.
Okay.
Ollie's last day was today, so I think I'm taking him this weekend to Lilo and Stitch.
Oh, cool.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
So probably this week.
Wait. What's the date?
Today's Thursday, the 5th.
Okay, so I think this is her last full week, and then next week's like
the half week.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Plus we got some other movie trailers that dropped. These are pod adjacent, so they're not Star Wars, they're not Marvel. But I wanted to show these to you guys because we haven't talked about these in some time. So the first trailer I wanted to go over with you guys is called Predator: Killer of Killers.
This comes out Friday.
Tomorrow.
Oh, snap. Yeah, that is.
Yeah, tomorrow. Yeah. Today, if you're listening to the pod as it comes out. Yes.
Yeah. Oh, man.
I love that we're getting more animated stuff out of different franchises.
Yeah.
Because
like,
our enemy
never
still
seen
lives.
anything animated out of Predator. So these are Vikings.
What a cool style too.
Have traveled
Yeah.
far
It's kind of like
and
what was
miss
that
the
show?
warmth of home.
Well, it almost looks like the style of the new Mall
Arcane?
show.
Think of only
Yeah,
one
yeah.
thing,
It does have
Or
that
like-
like almost Clone Wars kind of.
killing the monster.
Or like
Yeah.
Blue-Eyed Jedi, Blue-Eyed Samurai
Yeah.
Yeah.
type, vibe. But it's way more in depth. Whoa.
Into the Spider-Verse kind of vibe.
Yeah, like a mix.
Oh man, that Predator looks
You're not
tough,
hearing
dude.
me.
Oh, and the director of Prey is involved?
There's something else up in the sky. And it's not human.
Okay, so this is a different era. What is this, like
I pray
World War
you
II?
bloody your spear tonight.
And there's a samurai. So it's
You
Viking,
already
samurai,
know.
and then like pilots?
4 different stories.
I thought it was 3.
For 3. Whoa, that ship was bad, man.
There's only one way to kill it. We must fight together.
Here we go.
They're only showing 3. What's the 4th one? 3?
No, it is 3.
What happens if we survive?
Oh, damn.
Oh, what?
No way. They take them to that predator planet, like the hunting planet or whatever. No way, dude.
Dude,
So
ninjas versus predators? That's crazy.
So it follows I don't know if it follows the same predator or if it's
They're
three
not the
different if
There's
it's
three
three different predators, but they go through 3 eras of human history: a Viking, a raider, a ninja in feudal Japan, and then a pilot in World War II.
Damn.
And the 3 of them get hunted by the predator. And yeah, so John, you saw that it was from the director of Prey. So yeah, this whole production is from Dan Trachtenberg.
No way, dude.
And this is this is in his Predator verse,
like continuity
Prey.
of his movies.
Way.
Wow.
So there's a chance that they might bring any of these 3, whichever one does well. They'll probably bring into live action at some point.
Oh man.
Or they could.
Well, do you guys remember?
They could.
Do you guys remember how we talked about the Animatrix before?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's how this fits in. So like these stories can be standalone, but there's going to be something in here that's going to feed into the next Predator movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I love the idea of a dogfight hunter kind of like aerial predator. Like that's new for Predator stuff. Like if that's what the main crux of that story. Yeah, but we've never seen them like hunt. We've never seen them like that. Right, he's going after a flyboy. It seems like in that. So.
Right. Hold on. And speaking of the Predator verse, I don't know if this was in your agenda or not, Steven, but Alien Earth just came out with a new trailer.
Oh, what?
Which is the Alien, franchise, but it's a prequel. Oh, yeah.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5,
Whoa.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh my God.
21.
How's our girl?
She's ready.
100 years from now.
You're going to be
Dude,
the
I'm
first
already
person
so
to
scared.
transition from a human body to a synthetic.
So this is going to be
special.
It's going to essentially be synthetics versus aliens.
Very special.
They're transferring the consciousness of the still into the synthetic body.
Oh, that was pretty sick.
That's new, yeah.
We have a downed spacecraft.
I want
Whoa.
what's on that ship.
We can do it. We're fast. We're strong.
And these are all synthomies. They're all, little robots.
Okay. Oh yeah, it's got like a glowing
But the
eye.
animals got out.
So yeah, so there's 4 of them or 5 of them, whatever, per team.
Collected
and,
5 different life forms from the darkest corners of the universe.
Monsters.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Why does that name sound familiar? Noah Hawley. Who is that? It seems like he's done other stuff.
I don't know. But this is on Earth.
Oh no.
So a ship crashed. It had 5
Invasive
specimens.
Species.
What's
Species
Predatory.
of things. See, look, there's one. It's like a squid. What is that? Look at this
What
guy.
the heck?
We don't lock them down.
Oh, we know that guy. That was
It will be too late.
that was Cobb Vanth. Oh look, and that's the Manifesto boy from Andor.
Oh what? Oh, that's not cool. Oh my God, dude. Yes,
This is going to be on Hunter's hard drive, by the way. This and the Predator flick. Predator, both of them.
I'm down to talk. Yeah, I can't wait to
We're
listen to
bringing
you
it
guys
back.
talk about Alien because I will never
Bringing
watch
it
that.
back, baby.
Way too
'Cause
scared.
I was born on 426. I'm LV 426 day. I'm an alien baby.
Oh my God.
Alien
Even though
baby.
I'm all about Star Wars and Marvel, I'm an alien baby. So
When we were
you know.
so
I love it.
they said there was an alien ship that had 5 different species, right? Obviously,
Mhm.
one of them is a xenomorph.
yes.
But did you hear the little predator clicking in the background?
Yeah, I heard the click. He said Predator too, didn't he?
He's like,
Predator.
Well, because they're apex predators.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
but I heard the little. What if one of the species is like a little baby predator?
Oh my God.
Well, dude, so there's going to be a xenomorph for sure. There was like a squid type thing, which we
It's
don't
like
know
a-
if it's amphibious or
Well, how do
aquatic or
we
not.
know that? So the aliens are called xenomorphs. The
Yes.
predators
Well,
the
some are.
predators are called yautja.
Yautja, yeah.
So how do we know that a baby yautja doesn't look like a starfish?
Dude, or we need a little Grogu predator, like a little Grogu sized predator running around.
Little math.
Yeah.
So Predator Killer of Killers is a movie. And
I thought it was a series.
That's a movie.
So it's a movie that just shows 3 different stories.
Yeah, and then the Alien show is a show on FX
on Hulu.
Yeah.
And
oh boy, that's gonna be good.
Yeah,
we're eating good, boys. We're
Those
eating
are
good.
great side
it looks amazing. Like I'm so hyped for you guys for that because I know that's all good writing. It's all done super well.
It's good media.
So I appreciate it on all of those levels, and the craft behind it.
This is what happens when you get true fans who understand the lore of the
franchise they're trying to be involved in.
Yeah.
That's the thing. If you think about it, so a generation has passed since like the originals were made of Alien and of Predator, and now, like you said, it's the fans that are getting these gigs that are like, I want to make this as true to the canon as possible, or I want they want to leave their fingerprint, but they want them like they're passionate about keeping it real and keeping it a certain way. So that's so cool, man. That's why we're all, or at least I'm hungry to get into something because I want to.
Yeah, you're passionate about it, So you want to see the material treated right,
Yeah.
Exactly. It's an exciting time for like creators like getting a hold of properties like this because they are our age and like slightly older and slightly younger, and it's those folks that like us grew up just totally tripping out on the fact that there was like an alien skull in the Predator ship on Predator 2, like that melted my face as a kid, like seeing that as an Easter egg, dude.
So good.
No guff, bro. Like that was crazy. So
Did you ever see the behind the scenes of Predator 2 when they have all the aliens dancing to like Michael Jackson?
Oh no, I didn't see that.
I'll send it to you.
Yeah. Gonna need that link. Stat.
All right, guys. Well, coming up, we've got the workbench. We've got some news because Raimi sent me the news topics to read tonight. And we'll finish off the show with some Marvel Minute. So thank you again, everybody, for tuning in. Be sure to follow us on Instagram at Dad Batch Pod. That's all one word spelled out. Dad Batch Pod.
This garbage is nothing like clone armor.
Looks a little tight on you, old man.
Yeah, at least I know how to wear it.
That's right, everybody. It's time for the weekly workbench. All right, gentlemen, who is working on what?
All right. Well, as if you're watching the YouTube, you can see there's a shadowy figure behind me. That's my U.S. agent. Can you see it?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
There? Sort of? Whatever. It's there.
Is your screen mirrored?
No.
Yeah, your screen's mirrored.
Oh yeah.
Why?
It's backwards Thrasher. That's even more metal.
Is it backwards? Oh no.
Yeah.
For us. Yeah, for
How
us.
do I do that? Anyway, whatever. So yeah, I've been working on US Agent. Finished weathering the suit for the most part, and the helmet is as done as it's gonna get. But I was working on the shield, which I have in my hand here.
Ooh.
Which is it was just a Marvel Legends shield that I bonded
Captain America?
Star. Yeah, it was a cap shield that I bonded over the star, and then just added some red and black and gray and made it a US Agent shield.
Woo!
So there's that.
It looks so good.
Is it heavy with all the Bondo now?
Not necessarily. It wasn't a lot. It wasn't too much Bondo, but
it's got to be lighter than what my shield for Cap is.
It's not bad. It's like a plastic shield. Like this is not.
Yeah, those are really nice though. Those are really nice to mod. I've seen people
do great shield. Yeah,
things with those. Yeah.
I was holding it. I'm like, wow, like I can walk at a con with this, no problem.
Yeah, And the detail to the interior of the shield, like the strap side, like that is all accurate to the flicks.
It's great.
It's really well done.
I was thinking I might add I have pouches and I have pockets.
Yeah.
But I was thinking maybe like some sort of like I want to put the magnet to attach to my back, but I was thinking maybe like some sort of pouch or something that I can hide in there.
I've seen some folks do that with cap shields and stuff.
Yeah.
Like they still have the magnet. Like the magnet generally it sits
up higher.
Yeah, just north of like the center of the shield, so it lines up with your shoulder line and it doesn't stick too far above your head. Right. And then people have put that pouch. I've seen them made out of foam. I've seen people just like literally like fabricate like a patch or a pouch like so
like a little
the flap. Here, just a really flat like military style pouch. Just enough to slide probably your wallet or phone or something.
Yeah,
but
then again?
Oh, okay, like for stuff to carry stuff.
Yeah, like if you have your cell phone or something. But like I said, I do have pockets and I do have the pouches. The pouches are all functional. There's like there's 4 pouches on there, and then the pockets are functional. But I don't know if I want that stuff like hanging down off me.
Sure.
If I can pop it on the shield, it might be a better solution. I just have to feel it out, see what works best. I guess. But otherwise, I don't have much else going on. I'm still in a digital tug of war with another maker to get my suit out, my Deadpool suit. I just at this point I've kind of lost all excitement for it because it's just a battle.
For sure,
I just keep getting lied to. So it's
I know that's tough. That's tough. When you hear those stories
like,
or you yourself get that and it shakes out that way.
But like
dragged out.
I don't get why. Like I understand they want like next week or this week. It's just tell me in 3 weeks it'll be done, dude. Don't tell me next week and then the next week tell me again next week and then again next week. Tell me it's done in 3 weeks.
Kicking the can down the road sucks.
Tell me, we're busy, we're backed up. Give us a month. Okay, I can live with that.
Yeah.
But don't tell me a week every week.
I agree, John. I can't stand when makers do that. So if there's any makers or small business people out there, whether it's on Etsy or just if you run your own thing, don't do the 1 week, next week working on it, shipping out.
So terrible, dude.
It's the worst.
Yeah.
I'm upfront with people. Like someone orders from me and I'm busy with something else, and I'll be like, "Yo, it might take up to 2 months, but if I can get it out in a month or less, I'm going to."
For sure.
And we work from there. I don't tell them give me 2 weeks. And then be like, oh shit, give me 2 more weeks. It's like, no, man. Like, no.
That's never like a solid
start
move.
big. Say, dude, it might take a couple months. I got a couple other projects. Okay, cool, no problem. But and then in 3 weeks you hit them up and you're like, boom, I'm done. And they're like, oh my god, thank you. So
and when stuff changes, just good communication is so key.
Just let me know. Yeah.
Like just be honest and upfront with what's happening. And I know there were some circumstances like slightly out of his control with some of the things that were happening where he's regionally based at, but it's more like being realistic about like the problem of if he's never made that suit, then he needs to be a little bit more realistic about like, hey, I need a little bit more time because this is a new thing for me,
I got every excuse. I didn't get 1 or 2. I got every single excuse, and some of them I believed legitimately. There was a conflict going on, and this and that. I get it. I'm like, yo, take care of your people, take care of yourselves. Don't worry about the suit. And then they're like, hey, we're back in business. I'm like, all right, dope. Where's the suit?
Yeah.
Oh, in a week. Okay, cool. And a week later, where's the suit? I'm like, just send me something. Show me a cut of the fabric, bro. Send me anything.
Yeah.
Send me
something.
Everything
swatch
is
of the
next
fabric
week.
would be
Anything.
helpful.
Send me a picture of the person that might be sewing it. I don't know. Anything. Dude. Show me
the stack of fabric that's just sitting in the corner.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Show me the order form that you emailed someone. I don't care. Anything, dude. Show me that something's moving.
Some form of progress.
Yeah, dude. And it's like and it and I had come to an agreement with this company to do a sort of a collaboration, but I'm still paying money. It's not like they're not hooking me up. They're hooking me up in the sense where I don't have to pay full price, but I'm still paying money. I'm still paying a decent amount. Yeah. Where I'm at this point, I'm like, damn, I just want my money back. Yeah, it's more of a hassle than anything. But I'm giving them a 14th chance, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, Oh, hey, man. Well, sorry to hear that. It's never fun.
It's not the it's a first world problem for sure. It's
no,
nothing
totally
to whine about, but it's a little annoying when you're trying to plan a group with 10 other people and you can't seem to, and it's not only that, like I said, I think before, I ordered extra fabric to go with that suit. And I have someone else making my mask.
Yeah, it's not even like the suit shows up and you're done. You still got another couple steps.
And I've been reiterating that to them. I'm like, guys, when I get your suit, it's halfway. I'm not.
You're gonna like, no joke, like in all seriousness, if that fabric and costume ships in time, you're gonna have Raimi make the mask.
Maybe, but it sucks because I already left a deposit with the dude in the Philippines.
I know.
And it's like, and it wasn't a cheap deposit,
You're gonna have to eat. You're gonna have to eat it, dude. At this point,
maybe, or I might just do that one mask slowly and just have Raimi do another mask.
Sure, yeah,
figure it out, and then I'll sell that one or something. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, I'm trying to make it work. I'm still printing pieces. I printed some Deadpool pieces, like the boot covers, and I still have to order the shoulders and the hand plates, the flexible rubber ones.
Yeah.
I think it comes with a belt. I'm not sure. I have some strapping I have to order. So it's just like I have 10 other things I have to do after I get the suit.
Yeah.
So and that's what I don't think they understood. But even though I said it a million times, so I don't know. Whatever. Again, not the end of the world. It's just not a fun way to get ready for a con.
Well, and it is your money that you work for that is tied up. So even though we say,
for sure, I mean,
hey, it's a first world problem, it still sucks because your
money, I mean, it's not going to bankrupt me. Even if I lose the money, it's not going to ruin my life. But it's it's a nice chunk of money, and it's still, it is my money, and not only that, I'm trusting these people. I'm like, yo, guys, I explained everything. I'm like, I have a group of friends. We're all doing this thing. I need to buy this certain amount of time so I can do all these other things I have to do. And they're like, all right, no problem. And then it's just been one thing after the other since. So whatever. I mean, I have US Agent. I'm stoked on that. Worst case scenario, I'll pop on the Deadpool mask with the US Agent, and we'll call it. What else can we do?
That's the best part about Deadpool is you can get so weird and just literally wear.
Dude, bring your cap. We'll be two Deadpool
dude,
US
totally.
Agents Captain America, dude.
Exactly.
Super Soldier Serum cap Deadpool.
Dude, for sure.
Weapon X Super Serum, yeah.
Yeah, we can go get like oversized Golden Girls t-shirts and wear them with Deadpool masks and it still looks appropriate,
Yeah.
So.
I mean, so we'll figure it out. But that's it for me this week.
Well, speaking of the Deadpool stuff, so we were supposed to all do variants of Deadpool, right? Mm-hmm. And then I am going to be showing up as the Juggernaut. So about that, I still haven't started anything on that costume. And I paid the guy, I paid Jose X amount of dollars the deposit for the muscle suit, and I might just have to eat that because I don't know, I kind of had FOMO with all you guys doing Deadpools.
But hold on. So save it. Don't eat the cost. Let's do the costumes, because I'm not gonna just eat the costume I'm not gonna use at San Diego. We'll use it again eventually for something else.
Okay. Well, yeah. And if I was to put
this isn't a one and done.
If I was to put a check in a box, I would also say save it because, dude, we could do a team of villains in that vein of villains.
Which is something, yeah.
And it starts with a B and also has an M in it.
Yep.
Not BMs.
Now, bowel movement. Movements.
Jesus Christ.
We'll have good BMs together.
Okay, so my backup costume to this whole Juggernaut thing was a Deadpool variant, and that costume just like happened so fluidly, and it's all here already.
Oh my god.
So,
you never show us anything, bro. Why don't you show us?
Yeah, did I miss this variant?
No,
I don't.
You haven't missed it. Well, we talked about it, but he hasn't showed us yet.
Oh, okay.
We definitely talked about it.
So, my son is going as Kidpool,
Yeah.
That's awesome.
My younger son, when he joins up with us on over the weekend of Comic-Con, is gonna come as his Wolverine. We're gonna have a little short Wolverine.
Dude, that's so good.
Speaking of, I don't know if Amy's coming yet or not, but I spoke to her about this, and she's down to do X-23 in her like civilian clothing.
Dope, dude.
So we have the claws, we have sunglasses that sort of resemble the ones, and then the rest is like a jeans and t-shirt type thing. So
does she know how to speak Spanish?
For the most part,
You gotta teach her the X-23 line of "Adios, pendejos."
Oh, that's easy. She would say it. I could say it right now, and she would repeat it, and she'd never forget it. But it's just not concrete, but it might happen. So there's another one.
That's dope.
So yeah, I finished pretty much everything on Oliver's kid pool.
Oh,
we're
man.
just waiting for his fabric mask to come in so that I can weather everything.
Did you order that from a company that made it custom sized?
Pippo Spidey.
Okay, cool. Because I was like, I want to get Amy one of those.
The kid pool?
But like the fabric one, the one you're talking about.
Yeah.
The one you ordered. Yeah. That's awesome.
So yeah, I'll probably end up doing the Deadpool variant with you guys. Because it'll just work.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, sheesh. I'm not even remembering what it is, but if it's a DP variant, then obviously it'll blend right into the
Can you say it?
ketchup party we have.
Yeah. Can you say
Well,
it?
are we announcing what variants we're all doing?
I mean, I think Raimi did
had,
last week, right? I was listening to last week's pod. I think Raimi was talking about his gas mask.
Mine's the Ferris Bueller.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. With the yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
So I just have to figure out which Crocs I'm gonna do. Am I gonna do Hello Kitty Crocs or unicorn Crocs? I can't decide.
Is there an availability issue which would cost more if one was not available outright, or
just which one I'm feeling more in the mood for?
Yeah.
Because you never see it in the movie.
Yeah.
So it's kind of open to interpretation.
Perfect.
I think that's all I worked on. Well, that's all I worked on that I can talk about. I have been busting my butt on Dad Batch season 4 stuff. I can't announce what those are yet. You guys know what they are. I've told you about the item that I've been working on, and then the platform that I've been working on. But yeah, we are gonna have, we it's funny because all the podcasts that I listen to, especially at the beginning of the year, 2025 is going to be a big year. We've got a lot of big things coming. Every podcast says it, and very rarely do they follow through. And, we've been guilty of that. We've said that probably for the past couple of years, but this year, oh my goodness, the stuff that we have coming down the pike is, it's pretty solid, and I'm super excited for it. So yeah, Paranoid was just a taste of that.
Yeah. No, dude, we've been, getting the inside scoop on what you're doing, and appreciate big time, and thanks for all of the efforts you're putting into to evolve, dude. I mean, it's just insane what's coming. So super hyped.
Yeah, that's it for me.
Yo, over in my camp, Steven on the text, like, I don't know if it was a few days ago, a week. I've been in and out of town traveling. I just been kind of busy, but at some point in the last week or two, you put up that it was 55 days until San Diego Comic-Con, and I haven't even touched any costume stuff since Japan. Everything's just been kind of stashed away. I haven't worked on anything since Japan, because I actually busted out my Vader costume a weekish ago in between my travel, and appeared at my friend's kid's birthday party as Vader. He's 4 and he's an Vader nut, and so that was pretty cool. But that wasn't working on stuff. I haven't outright touched costume stuff. I think I was just in decompression sanity mode from working so hard before Japan. So yeah, that reality hit me this week when Stevie said that. And I got kind of busy this week. I bought like a few rolls of EVA foam for different things that I'm using it for. I bought some new resin. I actually like got into gear yesterday and today, and started like tuning up my Gambit, which is kind of the most immediate thing I have to work on. Some of the other stuff that we're doing for Comic-Con is kind of just, done. Like my Deadpool suit kind of done, for the most part. So yeah, with Gambit, I think I've showed these before, right? Did I ever show these?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I got these killer urethane shin leg armor pieces from Heroic Armor Works. That's his name on Instagram, I think, and Etsy also. And I started following him after I purchased these from Etsy. He's done all of my Gambit armor, like my chest piece that I initially bought, my cowl now, and these leg armor pieces, and it's super cool quality. The pieces are like really nice, like thickness and densities. All three different armor pieces that I've received from him are like different densities for like different, what they would be movement wise on your body or thickness. Like the chest is a little bit thicker and a little bit more rigid. And so, yeah, all this stuff's like really neat quality. And I've just known that I've been having to work on that. And I've been kind of kicking that can down the road a little bit and getting now closer to Comic-Con. I was like, oh, geez, I got to really kind of start doing the tune up. So I busted the shins out. I reworked them a little bit because they were a little big for my just little stick leg calves. So I kind of fastened them from one side. They were Velcro down both sides of them, which I think is like beneficial in a lot of ways for like small fine tunage. But knowing that I'm going to be the wearer of these and they're not probably going anywhere, I took the Velcro off one side and then sealed glued one side so I don't ever have to worry about it just failing at a con or whatever, and then focused on the other side, trimming it down a teeny bit and then having it kind of wrap and scoop over one side, sanded both sides down, put some nice glue on it, and they fit really well and they look really clean. And they're much more rigid because of that. They're form fitted. So and these are kind of flexy pieces. Like this rubber is actually like even flexier than my cowl is, which I was a little nervous about like when I first got them, but like seeing how like when they're kind of formed up in like a conical shape, they do kind of hold their like, structural integrity a bit. I then like went ahead and they were silver and like they had a little bit of a metallic sheen and they were totally fine. And I was probably just going to run them like that, but then the little bug hit and I was like, what if I could pull these out a little bit more of a metallic shine to them? And I tried a spray, like a metallic spray on a little piece. I always do a test before I just kind of lay into the whole object. And it didn't adhere well and was kind of tacky. And it was kind of surprising. Like the paint I used, I typically, if I'm doing something kind of chromy, I use like just the Spaz Sticks Chrome. It's a good cheap paint. It's a really lightweight aerosol. It seems like it grabs pretty good on most surfaces and stays pretty hard and smooth to the touch for being a chrome. It didn't work great on urethane. So I had these Molotow like chrome pens that I've used for like detail surface work on Mando stuff, whatever. And I had a refill of those. They come in like a little bottle and then you can kind of squirt that out rather than use it as a pen. And so I literally just squirted it into a little cup and did the foam brush like dab application. And the concept I was doing was kind of like a brushed metal. Like they're not outright just mirrored chrome so much. And I like to weather my stuff. So I knew that was going to be part of the cover up. But I put the material on the surface, like the paint material on the surface of the rubber, and then I had a gloved finger, like a latex glove finger, and then I would just pull my finger across the surface of that and kind of bring it across the surface. And it spread it really evenly, kind of like rubber to rubber with just paint between it. So it was like this really smooth contact. It spread the paint super duper evenly. And then it's dried and it's like staying in place and it's not coming off like on the fingers at all. Like kind of cheaper chromies sometimes do that if it's like a Rust-Oleum or Krylon sometimes, or like paint pen stuff. Like really impressed with like the little experiment. And then I put a little weathering on them too. All the little neat cracks and crevices to those things. Like, yeah, it's pretty cool. So full Gambit week. It's going to be an X-Men summer, boys, for me, for costumes.
Heck yeah.
As I'm dressed like an X-Man.
Yeah, as you're X-Manning right now.
We're a Star Wars podcast. We promise.
Anyway.
Yep.
Awesome.
No, but it's been fun, man. It got me excited to like get working on stuff for Comic-Con. Knowing we're all going to be hanging out and stuff. We got the SD house lined up.
Oh my god.
Barbecue supplies lined
up. We got
brother.
We got our Fantastic Four tickets secured.
Dude, yes, it's just stacking out to be such a fun time.
It's gonna be good.
Do you guys remember last year when we watched Deadpool Wolverine? We got the whole row, right? But then there was like
so good.
I think we had like 2 or 4 extra tickets or something.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I could return these and get my money back, but I could just like give them away to listeners. And then I went into the broadcast channel and was like, who wants a ticket?
Yep. NATO Potato joined us.
That was so fun, man.
That was fun. Yeah. That was a lot of fun.
I'd do that again this year. So
yeah. Heck yeah.
Great.
All right. Well, okay. Is that it for Workbench?
Well, hey, just a thing about San Diego. I've been off the pod a couple weeks. Have we mentioned extracurricular intramural activities that the Dad Batch are doing at San Diego? No, we haven't mentioned those things.
We'll probably announce that next week when everybody's back on the show.
Okay. I just didn't want to slip up, say something.
Okay.
Cool. Good. Doctor.
Can you see my Thrasher shirt the right way now?
No.
You have to do it before we record. We have to do it before we record.
Oh, lame. Okay. Whatever.
It looks cooler that way, though. More metal.
We're being hailed. This encryption's new. This might take a while.
This might take a while because Raimi takes some very detailed news article notes here. This is like, I was thinking just like headlines and we talk about it. This is like 3 pages of text that Raimi writes. This is a lot. All right, guys. Welcome to Echo's HoloNet News.
Should have called Hunter for this one.
All right. Helmets off to A New Hope. Wait, I should sound somber for this. Helmets off, buckets off to A New Hope special effects artist Bruce Logan, who passed away at the age of 78 this past week. He was born in England, started his career working at Stanley Kubrick's 2001 A Space Odyssey before moving on to Star Wars. He was brought on rather late in the production and was in charge of all the pyrotechnic effects in the trench run scenes, as well as the climactic Death Star explosion itself. It was Logan's innovation to place the camera below the Death Star model and pyrotechnics rather than off to the side in order to move more accurately represent the effect of a sphere exploding in outer space. Logan's death comes on the heels of last week's loss of Les Dilley, who died at the age of 84. Les was a production designer and an art director for both A New Hope and Empire Strikes Back, for which he received an Academy Award and an Academy Award nomination, respectively. So buckets off. We salute you guys. Thank you for your contributions to the Star Wars universe. In other news, according to Deadline, Disney laid off hundreds of staff across the entire business this past week as part of its latest round of cost-cutting measures. Layoffs impacted staff in the following areas of marketing for film and television, TV publicity, casting and development, and corporate financial operations. Even though team sizes were reduced in these areas, no teams themselves were holistically eliminated. In this latest wave of cuts, These are a part of Bob Iger's plan that was announced last year, as he planned to cut around 7,000 jobs across the company as part of a strategic alignment. Now, an editorial from Raimi here says, notice how a large part of the cuts on this round were part of marketing and publicity. And it just coincidentally also lines up with how Disney Plus has been struggling to get any placement in the Nielsen top 10 for any show in the last recent years. And you know what's funny is so over the I think it was over the weekend, there was a For Your Consideration event in Los Angeles. And Disney put this together. It's where they show off all their different shows to get the Emmy nods. And Star Wars was there promoting, or Lucasfilm was there promoting Andor. And the whole cast and crew of Andor was there on stage doing a Q&A after they screened a couple episodes. And I found the interesting part was when Tony Gilroy was talking about, and I have to find the specific clip of him saying this, but when he was talking about the budget for Andor and how they need more money for this and X amount of money for that, the response from Disney, not from Lucasfilm, the response from Disney was, "Oh, we can't give you that. Streaming's dead."
Whoa.
And this is something that came out of Tony Gilroy's mouth. So like that's how Disney felt behind the scenes like a couple years ago, that streaming is dead. It's very interesting to hear, like, you know, how the cooks in the kitchen think.
Yeah, exactly. Wow.
Let's see here. The Hollywood Reporter put out an article about something we've been saying here on our show for months. Both Dave Filoni and Carrie Beck are the frontrunners to be co-presidents of Lucasfilm when Kathleen Kennedy steps down, which is estimated to be sometime around the end of this year or early next year now. Kathleen Kennedy will still be the executive producer on pretty much anything Star Wars related, especially anything that she's already announced thus far.
Sure.
Carrie Beck is executive produced almost everything that Filoni has worked on, including Clone Wars, including Ahsoka. And we already know that the two of them work together very well. You know, there was a lot of rumors last year that Kathleen Kennedy would be retiring as soon as Indiana Jones came out. And when Indiana Jones flopped, all those rumors kind of just went to the wayside. She never retired. I think Andor is going to be the feather in her cap, because like,
go out on a high note.
Yeah, that's what she's been wanting to do. And if she couldn't get, you know, the high praise or success of Indiana Jones, if she can get an Emmy, for best dramatic TV series and it be Star Wars, like, cool. Like that's a good swan song right there, I think.
Like maybe if Indy ended up slapping a little harder, maybe that could have been the high note she left on. So yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, and I mean that kind of just felt like if I was in her shoes, that would have been a good way to go out, because you know, you're working with George Lucas, executive producer, you're working with Steven Spielberg, you're working with your husband, you're working on the character where your whole career started.
Yeah,
you know,
sure.
Kind of bittersweet, right? But you know, unfortunately it didn't happen. So the Star Wars crossover in Fortnite culminates in its grand finale this weekend, June 7th at 2 p.m. Eastern, in a live story event titled The Death Star Sabotage. They've also included a Sith Rey character, a playable character. The cool thing about this live event this weekend, or on Saturday, is that every character in the game, when you log in, No matter what skin that you are wearing, you will keep your head of your skin, but your costume will be Stormtrooper disguise.
Oh, no way. That's cool.
So if you have a Luke and Han skin,
oh, nice combo.
You can actually visit the Death Star with them in the movie accurate gear. That'll be fun.
Oh man, is that what you and Brian are going to reenact all weekend?
Yeah.
Dude, that's sick though. That's actually pretty cool. So could you be like could you have that Stormtrooper body and pick a non-Star Wars character?
Oh, absolutely. You could be the Hulk.
You could get the Hulk have a Stormtrooper costume
and be Hulk.
Oh my god!
Yeah. And it'll be a giant Hulk head on a little Stormtrooper body.
Yes. Oh, that's so cool. That's pretty neat.
Let's see here. During their State of Unreal 2025, Epic Games announced that Star Wars content would be integrated into the Unreal editor for Fortnite. This means that creators will be able to develop their own Star Wars themed stories and experiences directly within the Fortnite game. So, they have Battle Royale, they have Rocket Racing, and these official parts of the Fortnite platform. But there's also a mode called Creative where, people can just go in there and create their own levels and games and all kinds of stuff, and they'll be able to now use official Star Wars assets.
Wow, that's crazy. So like ion cannons and stuff
lightsabers,
like cargo boxes, and dude.
Let's see. Next up, apparently there's a VR game available for the popular VR headsets such as MetaQuest, PlayStation VR, and Steam VR. It's called Maestro that allows you to play the role of a conductor. The gameplay is very similar to Guitar Hero or Beat Saber. Yeah, that's right, John. Where you mimic the instructions to the beat of a song.
Crazy.
Well, on June 20th, so in just 2 weeks, they're going to introduce their first DLC for the game, which is going to include John Williams' Duel of the Fates.
Oh, wow.
Episode 1.
Dude,
that's
like
actually that sounds kind of cool.
So you could be
imagine doing
yeah, dude. That's like that crazy Zeppelin song in Guitar Hero.
Yeah, that's insane.
I'm gonna like when he's like when John Williams is like conducting like part of the orchestra,
yeah,
and then he looks over at the choir that's going la, 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 la. I'm gonna like point to my kids with my goggles
make
on
them
and
sing it.
Dude, I wasn't interested in that until you said that John Williams expansion.
Dude, that's
or whatever.
Yeah, that's really cool. Wow. You know what? Since Japan, like I can't remember what we saw in Japan that made me like fire. I have like the MetaQuest thing or whatever, and I bought it to play like those Star Wars games on it when those first came out a few years ago during like COVID. I was just like, well, I'm inside now, and I guess I'm just gonna go to Star Wars land inside this headset. And both games are actually pretty sick. And I busted the thing back out after Japan because I think they were like talking about new chapters on that Vader game. So I picked Vader Immortal, is what the name of the game is, and I picked that back up and started playing it again, and it is so much fun. It's like more fun than I remember it being. So I got through like 3 of the, you kind of like play it by episode, so there's like 3 like arcs that I've kind of completed so far. And dude, there's like literally just like sections where you're fighting alongside Darth Vader with a lightsaber and you're like deflecting laser bolts, and you're just
That's
like,
so cool.
Dude, I slapped my hand on the shelf behind me so hard the other night dodging a laser bolt from like this crazy droid thing, and I was just dropped to my knees, and Vader laughed at me probably.
Have you played Batman Arkham Shadow?
No, that's on the Quest.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Oh, dang. Yeah, that's just gotta one of the things on that Quest, I play this like climbing game, and I really liked that, but these newer chapters of the Vader Immortal have this like climbing sequence that was just like that game, and it was It was really cool. That's a really cool platform. That's a neat system.
I think they canceled the Apple. Was it Vision?
The Pro.
Oh
Vision Pro.
yeah, yeah. We haven't heard anything about that lately. Right?
It was like $4,000 to just like get one.
So out of touch, dude. Yeah.
Ugh,
the unfortunate thing is that for the people that did get to try it, they said that it was like mind-blowing technology. Like you can't see pixels. Everything was like integrated so seamlessly. Like it was the perfect.
Yeah, it's probably
perfect
awesome. But how many people are buying $4,000 headsets that are very niche to certain things? You know,
very out of touch. Very out of touch for Apple to do that.
Yeah, yeah, it's weird.
How dare they?
Okay, what else is on the news here? Man, Raimi's got a lot of stuff here. Okay,
dude.
I think we're on the last one.
Let's see.
Mark Hamill recently did an interview on NPR's Fresh Air program and talked about how in his early career he was concerned about being typecasted as Luke Skywalker. For years, he thought that casting directors dismissed him just as being Luke. So when he finally did start to get roles again, he would just list in his credits instead of Star Wars simply. He's also known for a series of popular space movies. I don't know what he wrote on that. What's funny is that when he talked to his co-star about his concerns, she basically told him in the typical Carrie Fisher fashion to suck it up, saying, "What's the deal, Mark? How come you didn't mention Star Wars? Get over yourself. You're Luke freaking Skywalker, and I'm Princess Leia. Embrace it." And I kind of saw what she meant, because you say to yourself, what territory do I occupy that no one else does? So she was someone that, you know, sort of put into perspective for me. I mean, if it weren't for the fans, I wouldn't be here, and I'm so grateful to them. Well, it's nice to hear Mark Hamill realize that. That's good. He went on to talk about his voiceover work, which has been a major part of his career, saying that voiceover saved my life. When I got into it, I thought, where has this been all this time? I mean, first of all, a character actor is definitely by the fact that you don't see the actor, you just see the character. Well, voiceover does that for everyone because you don't see the actors. And what I'm telling you is, since they cast with their ears, not their eyes, you get to play a huge range of characters that you wouldn't get to play because you're not physically right. I could play a 6'2" mafia enforcer. I could play a German professor. And if you can match the voice to what he looks like, they don't care how you look. I was accepted in the voiceover community, and I said, I don't care if I'm ever on camera again. In fact, this might be better because you don't have to age on camera. I mean, his work as the Joker is amazing.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I would say his work as the Joker is almost as career defining or iconic as Luke Skywalker.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I mean, think of the time with that character, you know, as the Joker.
And not just not just in the cartoon, but
he did some movie stuff too.
Animated movies, yeah.
Mask of the Phantasm, dude. John, Hunter's hard drive. Mask of the Phantasm would be sick.
Oh, brother, we gotta watch it. Yeah.
The wife, the family, and I just watched that like a couple weeks ago.
Oh yeah,
still
holds up. Yes,
still holds up.
Okay, good. That was the best cartoon.
And that is it for the news.
I'm touching myself tonight.
Shades are back on. Well, did you guys do any Marvel Minute while I was out? Did you guys get any topics under the belt? No?
I don't think so.
Not
I mean, there
really,
hasn't been like a
Oh,
ton
you know
of...
what? Yeah, we did.
Ooh.
Meganeth did a Thunderbolts review.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, I listened to that.
He hated it.
I know. I appreciate his candor though. So
Yeah.
it's good, but he's wrong. So yeah, there hasn't been like a ton of like big meaty Marvel news since since T-Bolt's kind of hit. The thing I have though, and I thought I could like bounce them off of you guys, see what you want to do first. Maybe we'll just do this because it is talking about Thunderbolts. Kevin Feige, this was just earlier today or maybe yesterday, but I just saw it this afternoon. Feige was interviewed by Empire Magazine. They were talking upcoming Marvel, the next phase, and he was questioned about the speculation around the end of Thunderbolts, like what we see post credits. And I'll say spoilers again, just right now. Spoiler. Just because I know we talked about T-Bolts, but I don't remember if we talked about that end credit scene. If we did or didn't, I'll just say spoiler. Now it's been out for a minute, I guess.
Yeah.
And he's talking about it in a magazine, so I guess it's okay. So he was asked about like the Fantastic Four ship being seen at the end of the Thunderbolts post credits, and like the speculation around that. Like, why are you potentially spoiling something for what we know is like the next tentpole feature coming down the pipe here this summer? And I mean, I think like if anybody like pulls at that thread a teeny bit, we all know that wouldn't be the case. Like they're typically more clever than that over in the Marvel camp about setting up like the next gigantic franchise.
Hold on. There was a video that talked about this exact thing. And if we go back and look, when we watch the Fantastic Four trailer, the ship that they're on, that they show or whatever, that they're riding or whatever,
the Excelsior.
The Excelsior. It has 4 fins on it, right?
Yeah.
No?
In the movie? In the Fantastic Four movie or in Thunderbolts?
No. So in Thunderbolts, it's got 4, I think. And
Yes.
in the Fantastic Four, it has 3.
Right.
So right then and there, if you pick that up, you know that's not them. Or if it's them, it's a different variant, or maybe it's the kid.
Well, I think the healthy speculation on that was like maybe it's like Excelsior 2 or something, and it's just like a newer version of the ship.
Yeah.
So it seems like too easy.
And it just happens to have 4 now instead of
like
3.
Oh, take the smaller version that has 3 fins instead of 4.
So Feige, he said in response to that quote, the name of their ship is the Excelsior, which we got there, which is a super dope nod to Stan the Man.
Yeah.
It's also sorry to interrupt. It's also the slogan of New York.
Oh, really? The state like tagline?
Yeah, Excelsior.
The Excelsior State? That's pretty sick.
No, it's the Empire State, but
their slogan is Excelsior.
That's their
Damn. Was that adopted for Stan Lee, or was that always there?
It's just the motto of New York State.
Oh snap! Did Stan snag that from New York? Is that why he uses that? That's pretty cool.
Probably. That's why they have like if you are from or
chicken and the egg. We'll never know.
If you're from or if you frequent New York, that's why they have like the Excelsior Service Fellowship. They have the Excelsior Building, the Excelsior Hotel.
Oh yeah. A lot of Excelsior stuff. Cool. Learn something new every day. Teaching old dogs.
It's on the
like
on
me,
the seal, tricks. Like the official state seal. It says Excelsior at the bottom.
It just says Stanley. Like
it's got his signature on it. Like
yeah,
dude, Excelsior is a snazzy word. That's pretty classy.
It is a great word. Yeah.
Stay classy, New York. Way to be. So he says the name of their ship is the Excelsior, and there is a Fantastic Four ship entering the MCU in the tag, but I'm not sure they're the same ship.
There you
End
go.
quote.
Yep. That should be
So-
it right there. That's enough for people to chill out.
Yeah, people need to
Just
chill.
let it ride, dude. It's gonna be good. It sucks because we try to speculate and we're like, oh, maybe that's this, maybe that's that. But at the same time, I feel like we should just shut up and watch it. Just shut up and
Yeah.
wait. Like
Yeah.
let it flow, because it's gonna be everything that we're talking about. It's probably wrong.
Gonna
Like,
be wrong.
they already got their stuff planned out years in advance. Let them figure it.
Like,
Let
did you
Yeah.
show us.
did you hear about that kid that like jumped
Show
the
me.
fence at Pinewood?
Mm-mm.
Like he jumped the fence at Pinewood and then pretended to be like one of the crew,
Oh man.
and he's recording the whole thing. Okay,
No way.
and like he's at the craft service table, like getting tea and eating cookies and stuff, and just like chopping
Blending
it up.
in.
Yeah, and then like, and he like snaps pictures of oh my god, what's the bar, the city, Madripoor.
Oh, Madripoor. Oh, yeah,
He's
yeah,
like-
yeah. Like
he's getting
Wolverine
like
hangout.
he's getting
Yeah.
shots of like Madripoor, and there's Wong just like chilling, and
Wow.
and
from
then-
from Doomsday
yeah,
or
or whatever production they were
I mean,
filming.
what
Whatever
would
they're
Madri-
working
well,
on,
I'm
yeah.
just trying to think what Madripoor would be in. Like, I don't think it'd be in
Yeah,
FF,
and
but-
then you know what happens 2 weeks later? They freaking postpone all the movies 6 months.
Oh my god, that's right. Yeah, they got
Rewrites.
pushed out.
Redos.
Oh my god, dude, that's crazy.
Feige was pissed.
Whoa, that's pretty wild. Yeah, dude, I can imagine. Jeez. I don't know. I think that's pretty crazy. You know, I mean, if Doom pops out, if he doesn't, if Fantastic Four does, if they don't, I'm just excited. I think like, you know, they're obviously like doing look over here and do this and move a piece on the chessboard around. So I'm all for it. Couldn't be more excited for what's coming up. And then did you guys talk about the Ironheart TV show trailer coming out? Did you guys want to like maybe take a look at that and talk over it and talk some comics and some interesting points to it, I suppose?
I'm very unfamiliar with the character of Ironheart, so you'll have to.
I am too. So I don't know like much about the storyline, but I do know some of the characters that they're introducing. So we could just kind of convo our way through it, see what's up.
Oh,
Yeah.
Ryan Coogler?
Yeah,
Dang
dude.
it.
But it says executive producer,
Mm-hmm.
not directed by. That's the money grab right there. Putting his name up.
For real.
Welcome, Riri. In less than 3 minutes, the air in this elevator will no longer be breathable.
Oh, what is this?
Your interview.
So I wonder if this show takes place after her appearance
Break
in
into the
Black
device on
Panther
the
2.
floor.
I would assume, right?
I think
Yeah.
so.
Gas mask.
But not totally sure. I don't think that's been established yet.
I heard Riri Williams was a genius. So you went her out.
So that's the hood.
Riri, I see you. I see you're fed up, waiting to be acknowledged for your greatness.
You are not the first genius at MIT.
Oh, they brought him
At
back.
one of those fancy
Yeah.
tech firms.
After my
Yeah, that's a good
internship abroad,
Yeah, see, look.
I want to build something
This is
Oh yeah,
undeniable,
that's right. They showed
Something-
the
something
Important?
iconic.
I can give you the tools to help you carry out your vision.
Who is this character supposed to be?
But anyone
That's
who's
the
ever
hood.
accomplished anything
You remember the
iconic in
hood from
life
New Avengers? I
has
believe
had to
so.
do
There's
some
another
questionable
spot.
things to get it done.
Yeah.
What will you do, Riri?
You've bitten off a hell of a lot more than you can chew.
I could chew a lot.
That suit looks pretty
That
You know nothing about this man.
You're gonna end up dead or in jail.
This is so much bigger than that. This is wild. A shady bunker.
My bunker's not shady. Would a shady bunker have that on the wall?
It's literally above a crate of self-guided missiles.
I'm returning those.
Was that Alden Ehrenreich?
Yeah.
That was. I was trying to figure out who that was, and I recently watched Solo, and that's it. Wow.
Oh
That's
boy,
him.
he let himself. Anyway,
himself go.
so when you were referring to the hood, I thought you were referring to like the area that they live in.
No. Yeah, I
Is
guess
that the hood?
No,
Yeah,
he's
is
a
that the hood?
character.
No, bro, that's Manhattan.
Excelsior. Yeah, so the Hood is a character that was introduced by Brian Michael Bendis, who wrote a ton of like what we know. Honestly, he's the executive producer on a lot of Marvel TV and movie stuff that you'll see his name like mentioned. He wrote the Sentry. He didn't create the Sentry, but he wrote the Sentry like with the Void Connection thing. Expanded on that essentially. Introduced the concept of like the Secret Invasion stuff, and he's had some like threads from his storylines that have carried through the Marvel cinematic universe. This is interesting because I don't know much about Riri Williams and like her being Ironheart as like a character from the comics. What I know of her is from Black Panther 2, which is established that she's a young wonderkind kind of super genius kid and has that futurist vision and just needs to get in front of the right set of tools and can be a great creator. But the Hood is interesting because he's like not only a mob street level character that he was written at under like the New Avengers and like the Mighty Avengers storyline and stuff. He's also a supernatural character. And he like made a pact with the biggest baddie, the biggest, reddest baddie in the Marvel universe, Mephisto, to be enchanted and imbued as like, basically made a deal with the demon to accelerate his trajectory in life as a criminal, for power.
That would explain the scene in the trailer when he's got all the it's the same.
It looks like angel wings kind of.
Well, it looks like the same writing as like the Darkhold.
Yeah,
like all that
exactly,
all those or whatever on his back.
Yeah. I feel like I saw the trailer initially and it had a flash of Mephisto in it, and then I watched it this time and it didn't. I'm not saying there's like a Mandela effect thing, but I projected it onto the trailer the first time I saw it and it was just the Hood in a different scene. But they've been teasing this Mephisto thing for the longest time as a thread through the MCU, and this is an odd window that I don't necessarily see how it forms. It looks like he's kind of enticing her. He wants something from her, probably being a super genius that he needs to unlock as a move up for him. And he's going to use her and, flirt the deal with the devil to her kind of. That's what I took away from that. So that could be kind of interesting, just from the like supernatural Marvel aspect.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Let me end on a super other weird MCU supernatural note, which is also a dun 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 dun, dun Wrecker's backdoor rumor.
Oh no!
Did you guys hear Ryan Gosling signed on to be Danny
the
Ketch,
writer,
the Ghost Rider, or Johnny Blaze? I'm sorry,
Johnny
I
Blaze.
Danny Ketch. He's my '90s guy, but Johnny Blaze, baby.
I'm super stoked for that because if we don't get to see Mephisto in the Ironheart series,
oh man,
we're for sure getting Midnight
we'll
Suns
see
at
him
this
with
point.
Midnight. I mean, with Wolverine in the mix, and we bring Blade back.
We've got Doctor Strange in the MCU. We've got
Moon Knight.
Moon Knight. We've
Moon
got
Knight.
Wolverine.
Black Knight. We've got Black Knight.
Yeah, the Black Knight. Totally.
The Black Knight, yeah.
Yeah.
All we're missing literally is just Ghost Rider and Blade.
Mm-hmm.
Retire.
Man, yeah, I got to bring him out of retirement. Shoot, man. That's what I got for the minute, though, boys.
The minuti.
Minuti.
Oh.
Lay the beat down.
That's going to be a time for that bad podcast.
Is that what you think I sound like, John? Is that
it automatically came to my head. That's going to be a time forever.
Just imprinted on us when we hear that music.
I was waiting for it. I'm still.
You went Manchurian candidate on us.
Yeah. I'm already pre-programmed.
When I guessed, if and when I guessed on Paranoid, I'm gonna just talk in that voice.
It's a win.
I'm gonna talk in that voice.
Well,
hello, everybody.
Only if you hold the flashlight up to your face in a dark room while doing it.
Yeah.
A black screen, and then it's just like.
Dude, that's like the cover of a Goosebumps book, man. Come
Hello,
on,
everybody, and welcome.
Oh, see, okay, that's good. That's good.
You have to do the show like that now.
Definitely. Hold up, let me check my lights real quick. Ooh, wait, there's another light on. Hey, wait, that's not a flashlight. That's my microphone.
All right, everybody. I think that's gonna do it for us today. If you enjoyed listening, feed that algorithm. Leave a 5-star review on your podcast app. Be sure to include that cake emoji for John. Don't do that with your tongue, dude. That's we're gonna need some disclaimer on the show. You can follow me at Stevie.Kicks on Instagram, sometimes on X. Gentlemen, let the listeners know where they can find you. Luke,
find me in the X Mansion this summer. Woo!
And John,
we'll see. I don't know where you'll find me. Gotta find myself first. We'll see.
You can
find him on Paranoid Podcast.
There you go.
What's the social? Do you guys have a socials on
there? Pair_annoyed. Yeah.
Pair_annoyed. Okay.
That was a good snag, dude.
The full one was already taken, so I had to
That's
go with
okay.
the underscore.
I think kids like the underscores.
Yeah. It'll work.
I'm super excited for that show, guys. I'm such a huge fan. I'm
F2 is already being planned, so
I am such a huge fan. You guys gonna have merch? I want to rock some merch.
Dude, the corduroy hat idea was I want one of those.
You know I'm a merch lord, dude. So
I need a Paranoid beanie.
Yeah.
Beanie.
Dude, I'm telling everybody that listens, go look at that graphic Raimi made. It's so when really he sent it over, it melted me, dude. It was so funny.
It's funny because you're a white guy ghost and I'm a resident alien. So
oh god,
it works out. Perfect.
All right, everybody. Thank you again for listening to episode 139 of the Dad Batch podcast. Be sure to tune in next week for episode 140. And until next time, enjoy your spice responsibly.